Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be updating my Nukem9 FSR frame generation guide for Cyberpunk 2077. It's version 2.21. I'll be showing you how to use the latest version of DLSS for in conjunction with FSR 3.1 frame generation. The guide will work on every RTX GPU. I'll be testing the game on my Windows PC that has a Ryzen 5700X 3D processor and an RTX 2070 Super GPU. On my channel, I have shown you 3 ways of using the latest version of DLSS Upscaler. In the first way, we can use Nvidia app. In the second way, we can use DLSSTweaks. In the third way, we can use Nvidia Profile Inspector. You can use whichever method you prefer. In this video, I'll be using Nvidia app to use the latest version of DLSS. It's probably the easiest method. Currently, the app's game compatibility is very limited. It does not even detect some games installed on our PC, especially PC Game Pass games. Hopefully, things will improve in the future. Cyberpunk version 2.21 comes with DLSS 4, but Nvidia app has a newer version of DLSS Upscaler. It's version 310.2.1.0 that uses model preset K as opposed to the game's upscaler version, which is 310.1.0.0 that uses model preset J. Model preset K is basically a refined version of model preset J. To verify that the correct version of DLSS Upscaler and its preset are selected, I'll be enabling DLSS Debug overlay. We'll be using the registry code shared by Amos. You can download it from this website. Just copy the lines. Right click, copy. Create a new text file anywhere on your PC. New text document. Name it anything you want. I'll just name it overlay. Change its extension from .txt to .reg. Yes. Select, right click, open with Notepad. Paste the lines here. Click on file, click on save. Close and execute this registry file. Now if you want to disable the debug overlay, just replace this number 4 with 0. Like this. Click on file, click on save, close, execute the registry file. This will disable the overlay. I'll revert the change as I want to enable the overlay. Run the registry file. Yes. Okay. Now I'll be selecting the latest version of DLSS from Nvidia app. Just open the app. There it is. Click on graphics, click on the 3 dots here, click on refresh. Cyberpunk should show up here. Select it. Scroll down until you find the driver settings section. From here, click on the drop down bar next to DLSS override model presets. Select the second option. Use different settings for each DLSS technology. On every RTX GPU, you'll have access to these 2 settings: Ray Reconstruction and Super Resolution, which is DLSS Upscaler. Click on the drop down bar. You can choose from any of the individual model presets, but just select latest. This will give you access to the latest and the greatest DLSS Upscaler. Click on apply. From here, also enable VSYNC. I'll also enable the in-game Nvidia Reflex setting, which will help in cutting down the latency. Reflex setting combined with Nvidia Control Panel VSYNC caps the FPS at a value slightly lower than our display's maximum refresh rate value. For example, if your display supports up to 144Hz refresh rate, FPS will get capped at 138. My monitor supports up to 240Hz refresh rate, so the FPS will get capped at 225. Make sure variable refresh rate and hardware accelerated GPU scheduling settings are enabled on your PC. Right click anywhere on the desktop, click on display settings, then click on graphics. Click on advanced graphics settings. From here, enable hardware accelerated GPU scheduling setting and variable refresh rate setting if your monitor supports it. My monitor is G-Sync compatible. I'll enable its corresponding settings from Nvidia Control Panel. Click on Setup G-Sync and enable the following settings: enable G-Sync, G-Sync compatible, enable for full screen mode, enable settings for the selected display model. Apply the changes. I'll be using build version 0.110 of Nukem9 Mod, shared by Upscaler community member Vlad. We'll give the download link to this website in the description. Just click on this blue link here. Click on the download icon here. Download will start. Nukem9 Mod supports the following file names: txgi, tbg help, version, winmm, wininet, and winhttp. Now if you have installed other mods like CET and Reshade in Cyberpunk, chances are that they come with their own txgi and version.dll files. Installing Nukem9 mod will replace this DLL file, causing your other mod to stop working. So in order to bypass this issue, I'll be using this file name for Nukem9 mod, tbg help. Nukem9 mod in Cyberpunk produces some graphical artifacts like flickering of the vehicle's bumper when it's moving at high speeds. We can fix this using frame generation ghosting fix. You can download it for free from Nexus Mods, but need to have a free Nexus Mods account in order to download any stuff from here. This is the website. I'll give its link in the description. Click on files here. We'll be using an older version of this mod. It does not require ArchiveXL. Scroll down until you find this version 1.4a. Now this particular version of the mod is for displays that support 16:9 aspect ratio. So if your display supports a different aspect ratio like 16:10, download the version of this mod compatible with it. For example, my Steam Deck supports 16:10 aspect ratio, so I use this version of the mod 1.4b 16:10. But my PC's display supports 16:9 aspect ratio, so I'll use this version. Click on it. Click on manual download. Click on download. Click on slow download. Download will start. Download the mod to disable Vignette. Click on files here. Click on manual download under disable Vignette. Post processing effect. Slow download. Download the mod to disable crouch Vignette effect. Click on files here. Download the latest version. Click on manual download. Click on slow download. This time I'll be using one more mod, trash Begone. We'll be using the mod to completely remove the floating papers in the environment. They are not rendered properly when we enable Nukem9's FSR frame generation. Scroll down until you find trash Begone floating debris. Click on manual download. This is the version of the mod that I'll be using, 1.1.1b. It's compatible with version 2.21 of Cyberpunk. We have downloaded all of the required files. Now I'll be installing Nukem9's mod. Just open the mod's archive file. Copy these two DLL files. DLSS G2 FSR3 AMD is better, and version. Go back. Paste. Change the name of version.dll file to dbghelp.dll. Copy the two DLL files. Just need to paste them in the game's installed directory. Select Cyberpunk in your library, right click, manage, browse local files. This is the game's installed directory. Open bin folder, open x64 folder, paste the DLL files here, replace. Mod has been installed. Now I'll be installing the other mods. These are the 4 other mods that I downloaded. Extract their contents one by one. First we have crouch vignette effect remover. Open the zip file. Copy this archive folder. Go back. Paste. Do the same thing for trash Begone floating debris.zip file. Copy. Paste. Same thing for disable vignette.zip file. Copy. Paste. Same thing for FrameGen ghosting fix.zip file. Copy. Paste. Now keep opening the subfolders inside this archive folder until you reach the final directory. In the final directory, you'll find these 4 archive files. They correspond to the mods that we want to install in Cyberpunk. Go back. Copy this archive folder. Just need to paste it in the game's installed directory. Right here. Now open archive folder. PC folder. There's the mod folder. These 4 archive files should be present here in this directory. This is the final game directory. We are ready to run the game. We'll be using a custom afterburner overlay to show you the performance metrics. I've already enabled Nvidia reflex setting from the game settings and enable VSYNC from Nvidia control panel. You can see FPS is capped at 2 to 5. So reflex and VSYNC combo is working. In-game graphics settings, use the ray tracing low preset, upscaler set to DLSS using its transformer preset. This is DLSS 4. Don't select CNN, it's the older version of DLSS transformer. Using the upscaler's quality preset, it's up to you. Select the preset depending on your GPU. DLSS sharpness level set to 0.3, again optional. Frame generation, DLSS frame generation, this means Nukem9's mod is working. I'll disable it for the time being. Disable post-processing effects like film grain, chromatic aberration, depth of field, lens flare, motion blur. Apply. High to ultra settings. Video, full HD resolution, display mode windowed borderless. Nvidia reflex low latency setting on. VSYNC off. Apply. We are in. I'm in Little China, standing right outside V's apartment building. Look at the image quality, this is amazing. No texture shimmering around the leaves of the tree. Check out the debug overlay in the bottom left corner. Version of the upscaler 310.2.1. Preset selected, it's K. Base resolution 720p upscale to full HD. So Nvidia app method of overriding DLSS upscaler work. Now I'll enable FSR frame generation. Go to graphics settings, frame generation on. Apply. Restart the game. Load the same sequence. Yeah, FPS increased to around 120. Can observe the added amount of smoothness. Input delay is not a problem. Game's HUD elements are not flickering, but the debug overlay is flickering. It's expected as the debug overlay is not a part of the game's interface. After verifying DLSS upscaler version and its preset, you can disable debug overlay. Frame pacing graph is not a flat line. Upscaler community member Marling told me that it was due to the recent changes in Nvidia Streamline. It should not affect the performance. I'll just disable the debug overlay. Edit overlay.reg file. Replace number 4 with 0. Click on file, click on save, close. Execute the registry file. Start the game. Back to the game. Disable the debug overlay. Everything is working properly now. No floating papers in the environment as we have disabled them. Vehicle. Drive it at high speeds. Vehicle's bumper should not be flickering as we have installed frame generation ghosting fix. Game has some stunning visuals, no doubt about it. Cops will be coming after me now. You observe the car's bumper. It's not flickering, so everything worked properly. This mod is highly recommended to RTX 20 and 30 series GPU owners. If you have an RTX 40 series GPU, you can already access DLSS frame generation setting. Check out the fence in the background. No texture shimmering at all. So that's it with the video guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.